The magnificent Mersey Valley was the perfect backdrop for the fourth day of the Spirit of Tasmania cycling tour, featuring the steep slopes of the infamous Guns Plains climb. The women rolled out from their start for the second stage with teenager Mackenzie Coupland in the leader's yellow jersey. With 2 laps over the climb and 107 kilometres, this was a huge stage. Yet Killy Bennett from Bridge Lane and ARA Skip Capital's Lauren Bates were eager to get in front of the peloton before the road steepened. On the second lap, Bennett attacked Bates, but didn't get too much of a gap, with Lauren fighting hard to get back to Keely. Meanwhile, Lauren's ARA teammate, Chloe Moran, jumped out of the peloton in hot pursuit, eventually catching the leaders just before the final ascent of Guns Plains. On the steepest slopes, Bennett forced the pace, dropping the ARA duo, and collected the Queen of the Mountain points at the summit. Bates again fought back to Keely, with an elite group of 7 chasing hard on the fast rundown to the finish in Penguin. Several more riders regained contact as the group caught the leaders, and timing her sprint perfectly, Gina Ricciardo launched out of the peloton to win another NRS stage for Bridge Lane.
Yeah, we were hitting some real fast speeds going into the last 10k with that cross tailwind, and we reconned the finish in the morning, so we knew that there was that tricky chicane to go, and we always planned on sending one rider through that chicane to try and get the jump on the sprint. And I think that recon really paid off because we went really early. No one else seemed to know about it, and they sort of panicked and held on for the win.
Rachel Wales and Chloe Moran filled the placings for ARA, with Mackenzie Coupland retaining the overall lead. The men had a slightly longer race for their third stage, starting and finishing in Penguin for 133 kilometres. And the picturesque opening kilometres along the coast towards Ulverston were a stark contrast to the brutality of the terrain to come. A super strong group of 5 riders broke away early, consisting of Kane Richards, Max Campbell, Zach Marriage, Will Heath and Liam Bertuzzi. Bridge Lane were content leading the peloton, knowing they had Marriage in the lead group, but Max Campbell from Caish Parcoup attacked the breakaway, and that put the rest under extreme pressure. Incredibly, 17-year-old Queenslander Will Heath bridged across to Campbell, but that wasn't without its hazards. They hit the final climb together, fighting hard to stay clear, but the gap was closing, with Bridge Lane driving the peloton. That set up last year's winner Reece Robotham to jump across. Heath was dropped, and Reece and Max started the fast descent towards the coast. The chase was led by the powerful New Zealander Boris Clark from the Cycling Development Foundation, and when the duo turned onto the coast road, they only had a 15-second lead to the chase group of 5. They were caught inside the final kilometre, and Boris Clark kicked clear to celebrate his first ever NRS stage win. Tour leader Matt Greenwood was second, with the gutsy Max Campbell still able to collect third.
I felt so awful early on. Like, the guys were asking if I wanted them to do anything to ride. I was like, nah, I'm not going to make it over the climb. I'm feeling terrible today. Then just actually sort of came right, and yeah, wow, I can't believe it.
Both Mackenzie Coupland and Matt Greenwood now have to defend their lead in the overall classification on the streets of Devonport for the final criterium stage.